Ugh, God, that smell is just disgusting. The putrid smell of a garbage man. It's going to make me sick. I can't stand it for even one more second. Get out of my sight right now! And out of the range of my nose, thank you. Do you understand what you did? That was messed up. How could you do that to someone? And then you want to add insult on top of injury? What is wrong with you? A filthy thief came into our house, so I just drove him out. That's all. It's what any man would do to protect his house and his family. I only came around to ask for your blessing to marry Jessica. That was the whole point. If you had a problem with it, all you had to do was say no. I had no idea I'd suddenly get boiling water thrown at me. I couldn't believe it. Is that how you normally greet people? No, of course not. I was just getting rid of the germs, that's all. If your house is full of germs, you'll get sick. Can't let them spread, you know. Germs. Are you serious? I'm not sick in any way. I'm not disgusting. I'm not going to infect you with anything. I take a shower every single day. That's more than some people do. Shut up, garbage man. It doesn't matter what you say. Not when you do what you do. When a man lives and breathes in garbage all day like you do, even a shower won't cure the stench and the grossness. You have some nerve trying to marry my daughter. That kind of behavior will land you in big trouble, fishing around where you have no right to. I'm the president of a large company. That means my daughter is the president's daughter. Do you understand that? Of course I know that. I understand. Then you should know your place. What made you think you could steal my daughter away? You, a man who picks up garbage all day long. What gives you the right to be around her? I mean, I couldn't believe it. A garbage man, courting the daughter I've raised from when she was just a baby. So you think that I pick up garbage all day? That was the reason you threw boiling water on me when I asked for your blessing. What else would it be? Just because I said that I work as a garbage man? That's what all this is about. That's all I needed to know about you. And not only that, I heard it's not just you who works as a garbage man, but your father before you. You think I'm going to let my precious daughter marry into a family like that? A family whose father and son can't even manage to get a proper job? I don't think so. Please, you can keep all that garbage to yourself. Leave my family untouched by your taintedness and be on your way. Maybe you could marry a nice garbage woman. There must be some out there somewhere. You should know, I actually take pride in my work. If we didn't have people taking care of the garbage, this country would be riddled with garbage. It's an essential job. People are able to live in sanitary environments because of the work that I do. Without people like me, you'd be living in everyone's filth. Oh, shut up. You don't think I know that? I don't need you to tell me. I wasn't born yesterday. I know that someone has to do that kind of work. But in this case, it's not just someone, it's you. And you take pride in doing such lowly work for some reason. Is it really the kind of job that allows you to look forward to the future? To your plans and dreams? Well, not exactly, but... Well, there you go. I mean, it's obviously the kind of job that no one wants to do. Where's the pride in it? There's no upward mobility there. And the fact that you're even proud of it is even worse. Don't you have any desire, any ambition to make something more of yourself? It always ends up that the people who do those kinds of jobs are the dregs of society. They have no chance of rising up, and they don't even want to. Please stop talking that way. I'm a respectable member of the workforce, just like you. There's no need to disrespect me like that. And you all protect each other down at the bottom, don't you? It's like the cockroach protecting the fly. You'll defend your good-for-nothing buddies too, I imagine. You know, if I happen to see a cockroach or a fly, I'm going to throw some hot water on it, or do anything else I see fit to get rid of it. That's what a respectable member of society does. So you're calling me and the rest of the people that work in sanitation cockroaches and flies? What? Would you prefer I called you rats and maggots? I'm flexible. You'll go to great lengths just to belittle someone, won't you? If I used insecticide on a human body, it would probably be harmful to it, just like it is on insects. And despite what you may believe, I'm an eco-friendly and health-conscious kind of guy. So for someone like you, that have been roaming around in dirty garbage all day. I chose boiling water for sterilization. It's easy on the environment, and it gets the job done. You know what I mean. This is really disappointing to me. I can't believe that Jessica has someone like you for a father. Ha! You're disappointed? Well, imagine how disappointed I am, then. My daughter tells me she's bringing home the man she's going to marry, and it turns out to be some lowlife who works at a dump site. Imagine! Of course you understand. I can't let my precious daughter marry someone like you who spends all day mucking about in the dreck at the bottommost level of society. Despite how horrible you've been to me, I thought maybe I'd try to convince you one last time, but I've given it up now. That's a wise decision for someone like you. I'm glad you've decided to see some sense. So, you finally realized your status in the world? Yes, I've realized. You've made it clear that this isn't a place I can be involved in. Exactly. I'm glad you've come to your senses. My family and I are in a place that someone like you has no hope of reaching. I mean, really. The fact that my daughter could even entertain being with a garbage man. Well, I just don't know where I went wrong with her. Anyway, if I ever see you again, I'll throw twice as much boiling water at you as I did today. I'll turn your smug face into a face even you won't be able to stand to look at. Jesus. You're not human if you go that far. That's beyond insane. It's scary how vile and cruel that is. You could really hurt someone that way. You'd better be scared. You'd better not forget it. If you don't want boiling water thrown on you, never come here again. Well then, I guess I won't marry her. Don't you dare tell her, or anyone else. It's me who chooses to accept or refuse the marriage. Me! If you say it first, it will seem like my family and my daughter were rejected by you. So just wait and don't say anything, you hear me? I'll be the one to tell everyone. But rest assured, this engagement is off the table. We're calling it off. So enjoy your little life, picking up the scraps of other people and crawling at their feet, being looked down upon. And never show your face to my sweet daughter again. She's far too good and pure for you and your filth. You low-life scum. Roger that. Goodbye. Hello, President Hartman. Hi. What is it? Do you remember me? Of course. You're Jessica's father. Yes, that's right. The fact that you became the president of the company. Well, it's really... Well, when I heard your name, I thought, no way, is that really him? It can't be. But after attending this inauguration party, I knew it was definitely you. It really is true. My future son-in-law, a company president. That's amazing. I'm very happy for you. Your son-in-law. Sorry. What? If you marry Jessica, you'll become my son-in-law, won't you? If you were able to become company president, then you're certainly a suitable person to hand my precious daughter off to. Okay, wait a second. Do you not remember what you did to me? You must be talking about the thing with the boiling water. That was awful. Even remembering it is just terrible. But it was just a little misunderstanding, you know. It's all just water under the bridge now. I told you not to hold it against me forever. That insane, cruel thing you did to me? You want me not to hold that against you. Perhaps you've already started to get a bit senile. Maybe early onset dementia or something? That's funny. I see Mr. President likes to joke around too. No, I'm perfectly fine. That's not a problem for me. This is completely unrelated. Is that right? That's too bad. What do you mean? What's too bad? If you were even just a little bit senile, you'd probably be a little happier. Life would be easier for you. Because from now on, you'll know nothing but hell. I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Why are you saying such awful things to me? You want to marry my daughter, don't you? I said okay. As long as you're president, I say it's okay. Please, take my daughter. Take care of her and give her a nice life. I don't see what's so bad about that. It's a long way from being hell. I might even go so far as to call it heaven. It's a happy end for everyone. There are so many things I could say right now. I don't even know where to start. It's a little fast, but when shall we have the wedding? People are still here at the party. Is it okay if I announce the big news about your engagement? Save that nonsense for yourself. Huh? Nonsense? I'm not talking nonsense. Come on, I thought you wanted to marry my daughter. You got cold feet or something? Me? Marry Jessica. She's already married, isn't she? With our most handsome ex-employee. They eloped. Didn't you know? No, that can't be true. That's just a rumor. You must be mistaken. No, really. They really did. I'm certain of my sources. They're first-hand sources, after all. She must have decided not to tell you after what you did to me. I can't say I blame her. It's probably for the best. What? No. I'm her father. How dare she not tell me? After I broke things off with her, she came to my work. I thought maybe she was coming to apologize for what you did. I thought that maybe she wanted to get back together. But she came to meet with Lucas instead. Lucas. Doesn't ring any bells. Lucas also drives a garbage truck, so no wonder she didn't want to tell you. His family is poor, and he's been working for us since he turned 16. He's a great employee. He really knows his way around. What? Does that mean he didn't even finish high school? Oh, I can't take this. Of all the kinds of men he could be, he had to be a guy handling other people's garbage all day long. Jessica has a thing for handsome guys, and she fell in love at first sight. She approached him right away. I was angry that she just ignored my presence there after what we had had. But I thought, well, if it makes her happy, I suppose it's a good thing. I just wanted her to be happy, and so I helped them elope. They've moved out of state already, far away from you. I hooked Lucas up with a job with an acquaintance of mine, another garbage man. He's a hardworking guy. I respect him. Please, do something. Do something? About what? What do you mean? You and Jessica both have been deceived by Lucas. You both need to realize you're the right man for Jessica, not him. You're the one I approve of, as her father. The only one I approve of. So please, do something to help her. Please. We can't let her live the rest of her life with that scumbag. But the fact that I'm a garbage man wouldn't change. Have you forgotten about that? How am I different from Lucas? If he's a scumbag, then so am I. There is a world of difference between the president of a company and a lowly employee who handles the trash. If you're the president, you're on a level playing field with me. Your status is different. When a man becomes the head of a company, that means he's truly become a full-fledged man, an established adult, capable of holding his own. Someone who's just picking up garbage day in and day out is at the bottom rung of society. He's a lowlife, a nobody. So you and I are equal now. Are you really in a position to say that? Yes, I am. What do you mean? Why wouldn't I be? I'm still the president of my company. I wouldn't call you and I equal by any stretch. For multiple reasons, to be honest. But the very least because you won't be president much longer. Huh? What are you talking about? Do you understand what you've done? You've burned my arm. Simply because I work in the garbage disposal industry. That was an accident, I told you. That was a mistake. A misunderstanding. I won't waste my time listening to your excuses. If you have something you really want to say, then you can go ahead and say it to the police. The police? What about them? Because you're going to be arrested for assault, for burning me. Wait, what? No. But we're talking about an incident that happened a year ago. The statute of limitations on that has long expired. You can't get me on that. It's too late. It's 5 years. What's 5 years? The statute of limitations for assault is 5 years. There is plenty of time left to arrest you, I think. Wait, is that long? Well, I mean, I didn't do it deliberately. You should know that. I had no idea you were going to be the next president. My hand just slipped. Your hand slipped? Yeah, okay. When I was just a lowly garbage man, you were fine with hurting me. But now that I'm president, you want to take it all back. No, listen. You just don't understand. It was an honest mistake. You have to believe me. I didn't really mean it. Tell your story to the police. Maybe you'll get sympathy from them. I doubt it, though. I don't want to listen to you anymore. I'm tired of hearing your excuses. But wait! Oh, by the way, about your company. You guys used to make the parts for pressing cargo and packing it into packing boxes, right? And those are the parts that my company orders for the garbage trucks. I asked a favor of my business partner, who manufactures and sells garbage trucks. And we've made an arrangement for me to buy the parts I need from his company instead. No! No. Is that why the orders we've received for parts are so low today? Yep. I just made the deal today. If you do this to me, my company won't be able to survive. If our primary product is taken away, we'll face immediate financial problems. Financial problems? That's putting it nicely. You'll go bankrupt. It's not just your main product, it's your other product too. Your parts for the tanker trucks. Orders for those too will start decreasing today. What? No! What have you done? The concrete company that you sell to, the one that orders the tanker trucks. Yeah, that's my friend's company. When I told him about the situation, he said he'd change his vendor. So your main product is gone, and now your second biggest seller is gone as well. You're finished, aren't you? Then what am I supposed to do now? I literally just invested in some new machines this month. I even got an additional loan from my bank using my house as collateral. You think I give a crap? All I did was come to your house and ask for your blessing to marry your daughter. It was you who treated me so horribly. Literally, in your own words, you treated me as if I was an insect you had to exterminate. At that time, I had no power, no authority over you. I couldn't do anything. But I worked harder and harder at work, and eventually my father recognized that and gave me the company. And now that I am where I am, I won't allow you to treat me like that ever again. I said I won't. I won't. Not ever again. It's just like I said, right? We're both presidents, leaders of our companies now. We're in the same spot. We can help each other out. And it's like I just said. You and I are not equal. If things stay the way they are, I'll be ruined. You won't leave me out in the cold, will you? We should have an understanding between us, you and I. Between you and me. I've been on a bit of a losing streak at the casinos recently as well. So even with the new investments I've made, I've got a whole lot more work to do just to keep up. Do you hear me? I don't care. That's the situation you've gotten yourself into. It's not my problem. But if nothing changes, I'll lose my house and go bankrupt. Ah, well, we're always looking for new employees here. Why don't you come and work for us? You'll have to get your hands a little dirty though, of course. Me? Work for a garbage company? As a garbage man? You want me to drive around all day in those garbage collectors and collect people's trash? You can't make a living otherwise, can you? So why don't you join us? It's not so bad. Maybe you can even learn a thing or two. You're asking too much. You understand, don't you? Please. I'm a president of a company, for God's sake. I mean, me. Sliding down to the bottom of the ladder. Coming home with a layer of other people's filth on me every single day. Can you even picture it? I can't. I'm offering you a job. You're in your 40s now, in debt, with no job and no house. How about you stop making a fuss about it and show some appreciation instead? As I told you, I could easily press charges for what you did to me last year, but instead I'm offering you a chance to redeem yourself. But, please, think of my social standing. I don't know about your social standing, but in my eyes, you're one of the absolute lowest of the low. You may have had a lot of money before, but morally, you've been bankrupt for as long as I've known you. After that, Jessie's father tried desperately to contact her and demand her help, but she had changed her number, so he could no longer reach her. Safe to say, he had fallen far. His company went bankrupt, the bank foreclosed on his house, and all he had left was a lot of debt. He came back to me sniveling and crying and actually took me up on my job offer. Now he's become his own worst nightmare and spends all of his time picking up other people's trash. That is his life now. I wish I could say it was teaching him something, but for now it just seems like he's stewing in his own hatred of the situation. Because of his own prejudice, it's impossible for him to take pride in doing good work and being an asset to his company as well as an essential part of his community. But he's been forced into a corner and really has nowhere else to go. So, he swallows his pride and does the work silently. I wonder if he hates himself now as much as he hated me, now that he's just a low-life garbage man. As for Jessica and Lucas, well, despite the steps they took to get married and live a life together, it seems like Jessica fell in love yet again with another man. I heard that she left Lucas for him. The poor guy. But maybe it was inevitable. Maybe it's better it's over sooner than later. I don't know if she'll ever be satisfied. Now I think about how quickly she moved on from me, and it makes more sense. When I look back on things, I realize that I dodged a bullet without knowing it. I'm truly grateful that I didn't marry such a fickle, stupid woman, and that I didn't become the stepson of her idiotic, loathsome father.
Thanks for watching! If you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel.
Hey Mom! Thank you so much for the wedding gifts. I love all the appliances you got me. I knew I could count on you for the big items.
Of course, baby girl. Congratulations on your upcoming wedding. I wish I could do more. It was absolutely my pleasure, sweetheart. You don't need to thank me separately like this. I am your mother.
Well, thank you, but you're not.
What?
You're not my real mom, I mean. But I still wanted to let you know that I appreciate you nonetheless.
What do you mean, baby?
Did you think I didn't know? You thought I was being a good daughter all this time because I thought you were my biological mom?
What are you talking about? Of course I am your mother.
Oh, please, don't play dumb with me. It doesn't suit you. Just because you raised me for 28 years, it doesn't magically make you a mother biologically. It's not like feeding me, dressing me, teaching me things over the past 3 decades made my genes suddenly yours.
What are you trying to say here, Shelley?
Stop saying what. It makes you sound so stupid. You had your fun, didn't you? Playing baby with someone else's child? Have you once thought about what my real mom had to go through after she lost her baby to a stranger? All the while, here you were pretending to be a great mom playing dress up.
Shelley, what has gotten into you? Where is this all coming from? What is it that you heard? Who told you this, and what exactly did they say? I can't believe you're spewing out these awful, hurtful things at me. Are you even thinking about what you're saying?
Hurtful? Am I the one being hurtful? What about you stealing a week-old baby from her mother? You don't get to tell me I'm being hurtful.
Shelley Stacy Campbell.
If it weren't for you, my real mom could have married Daddy and the 3 of us could have been a real, true family. If it weren't for you, I would never have had to grow up with a fake mom. My poor birth mother had to go on living her life with her heart broken into a million pieces. And I ended up living this humiliating pretend life. All because of you.
Shelley, you have got this all wrong. I didn't steal you as a newborn from anyone. I would never do that. That is beyond a felony. Your birth mother brought me to you, and she handed you over to me. She said she wasn't going to raise a child as a single mother. She vowed to never show her face again as long as I took you in and raised you as my own. Then your poor birth mother even demanded money in exchange for you, like I asked to take you away from her. I offered, of course, but who does that? It was like she was selling you to me.
Giving her a little money was the least you could have done for her. She gave you her baby, for God's sake. Have you been sore about the donation all these years? Have you been keeping a score or something? That is really trashy. And you wouldn't even have taken me so eagerly if you weren't barren yourself, would you? So don't give me any of that, oh, I raised you with my heart crap, because you didn't do it for me. You did it for yourself. You did it to satisfy your own selfish greed of being a mom and a wife, to fulfill your ideal of a perfect family. You probably pretended your butt off so you could appeal how perfect a mom and wife you are to Daddy.
Sweetheart, I have never once thought of you as anything other than my own daughter. I considered you a miracle gift from God. I spent the last 28 years being nothing but grateful and tried my best to show that gratitude through raising you. And boy, am I proud of the woman you've become. You're just stressed right now from all the wedding craze. I can understand, but enough is enough.
Always on the high horse, Samantha, aren't you? Why don't you step down for 1 second and try to be in my mother's shoes? Step out of your fake little happy world that's being my mom and see what the rest of us are going through. What the rest of us had to go through. If you have the least bit of decency, you will know where I'm going with this. I am not your daughter anymore. I will not act the part or any other fake parts you try to force on me. So don't bother coming to my wedding. Don't bother sending me emails. Just stay out of my life. I'm done with you. I am starting a new life, and I would love it if you were no longer in it, okay?
Shelley, how long have you known that I wasn't your birth mother anyway? And who told you about it?
Oh, now you ask? Daddy told me all about it maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, that sounds right. It was when I had just met Jake. Daddy, my real mom, Jake and I would go out to eat together and go shopping every now and again. You really had no idea?
What? Are you serious? I can't believe your father would do that.
Well, serves you right for thinking you could tie Daddy down by having a baby. Any baby, that is. We all know you wanted nothing but to use me as a bargaining chip to keep Daddy for yourself and provide for you. Did you really think building your happiness on other people's sadness would not have its consequences?
As I already said, I did not steal you away from your birth mother, Shelley. You have to believe me. And I provided for myself as much as your father did. I didn't have to depend on him entirely. Yes, I am unable to have children of my own, but that is not at all the reason I raised you like you were. Your birth mother, she threatened to discard you at some orphanage like a piece of garbage. Her word, not mine, if I didn't take you. And to my eternal shame, I did think about letting her do what she said, because after all, she was your father's mistress and you were their illegitimate child. But sweetheart, I took you in because I loved you from the moment I laid eyes on you and your tiny little fingers wrapped around my thumb. I didn't think twice about what it meant to mother your husband's child he had with a mistress, because I fell in love with you so deeply and so utterly. How you came into this world did not matter anymore, just that you did come into my world. Can't you understand that, baby?
Oh, look at you, writing up a tearjerker novel. What do you think this is, Hollywood? Take your sappy fake story and go away. Leave me alone. I already confirmed my birth mother coming to my wedding, as my mom, of course, and Daddy should be sending over the divorce papers soon, too. So...
Divorce? What?
Oh, why are you being so slow? Daddy told me he's never forgotten about my birth mother, aka his true love. He couldn't leave you because you were so adamant about giving me a proper childhood with loving parents and all that crap. But now that I am a grown adult who can take care of herself, he's finally opening his eyes to possibilities, I guess, to go after his own happiness. See, if it weren't for you, the three of us could have lived happily as a real family. You tore us apart. You shattered our future together. And you've had your share of fun. It's time to set things right, Samantha. So leave us be. And if it turns out it's your turn to spend the rest of your life in sadness and regret, then deal with it. My mom surely did for long enough.
All right. If this is what you truly want, I'll leave you to be with your real parents. Mind you, I'll have to cancel the $30,000 charge on my credit card for the things I ordered off your registry. And I'll have you and your daddy's belongings packed up into suitcases or something and leave them by the door. Come get them and go on off to wherever it is that you want to go off to.
Whoa, wait, what? Cancel this stuff from my registry. Why would you do that? Those were for my wedding? Why would you cancel gifts from a registry, Mom?
Mom? I thought you didn't want me to be your mom, let alone think of me as one. If I could, I would get a refund on everything I spent in the past 28 years raising you. But since I can't do that, I'm only canceling the gifts that I mistakenly purchased for a wedding I'm apparently not even invited to anymore. Oh, your honeymoon was reserved with my credit card too, wasn't it? And your wedding venue? What about the catering service, flowers, photographer? I believe there was a videographer too, in there somewhere. I wonder what the last-minute cancellation fees for those places will amount to. Surely not a drop in the bucket compared to what I've gladly spent on you your whole life.
Oh my God, that's so petty. You can't take back gifts. Who does that? You got me those things because you wanted to, didn't you? There are no takebacks. How do you call yourself a mother? It's your only daughter's wedding.
I thought I couldn't call myself a mother. Isn't that what you were telling me? You can run along to your precious birth mother and ask her for help, why don't you? Surely she can help with the venue and the food and the photography and the honeymoon. Since she loves you so much and has never had the chance to show it, surely she will jump at the chance.
Wow, so there it is. You did think of me as a stepchild, didn't you? Your words say you love me like your own, but your actions speak volumes about how you really felt all these years. You kept a tally of the money you spent on me? Seriously? Would you have done that if I were your real biological daughter? You know what? Fine. My mom can cover the venue and honeymoon. Jake probably has some money saved up too. We don't need your help. All we need from you now is to sign those divorce papers.
You got it. The sooner the better. Yes, it is as you just witnessed. After a childhood accident, I became physically unable to conceive a child. But when my husband brought his child that he had with his mistress, I took her in and raised her as my own for almost 3 decades. What woman on God's green earth can easily forgive her husband for his infidelity, adultery, and also be able to accept his illegitimate child under her wing? Don't get me wrong. I didn't think I could either. And in a way, I'm uncertain if I ever did forgive him. But all that mattered was, in that moment I laid eyes on what must have been nothing but a lump of flesh, and she opened her eyes to look into mine. I touched her hand with mine, and she wrapped my thumb around with her tiny, delicate fingers. She was my own. God works in mysterious ways, I thought to myself. This perfect child was sent to me from God, so that she could be mine and I could be hers. I believed that blood was thicker than water, but love was stronger than anything. My Shelley brought me happiness I'd never imagined before. That moment when she first called me Mama, when she took her first steps, when she would eat the food I prepared for her like it was the best thing in the whole world, as she would walk holding my hand when she gave me handmade artwork on Mother's Day. She'd been filling my once empty heart until it overflowed with a kind of love I've never felt before. I never imagined she'd one day come to say those hurtful, horrible things she said today. My husband quickly admitted to his ongoing affair with Shelley's birth mother, and my 33 years of marriage to him came to an abrupt close. Immediately after returning home from the courthouse, I threw their belongings into any box I could find and left them outside my door. As I was working through the shock of seeing my half-empty house for the first time, I received a text from my now ex-husband.
Hey, where are you? My keys aren't working and neither is my garage opener. Did you already replace them? That was quick, Sam. Good on you. I brought a KFC bucket and some beers, your favorite. I thought you and I were overdue for a chicken and beer date night. Open up, Sam.
Clint, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be with your daughter and true love by now? You know, the woman who makes your heart ache by just thinking about her? The woman who you had a child with? The woman whom a few days ago you gave everything else up to be with again? Did you forget? What are you doing here with chicken and beer at this ungodly hour anyway?
I'm done with her. I left her. We're over. I finally realized there is no woman like you, Sam. You're the kindest, the most patient person I know. I was immature and naive to let you go. I hurt you, I know. I'm so sorry. And I never showed you how much I appreciated you for all you've done for this family. You've forgiven me once before. Can't you do it again? I'll change, I promise. I'm a victim here too, by the way. That witch was so full of it. She didn't want me. She never wanted me. She was just using me this whole time so she could tag along when I take Shelley out to eat or go shopping so that she herself could get what she wanted. I may have bought her a handbag or two, but that's it, I swear. She's even got a young boyfriend she's seeing. She doesn't want to marry me and settle down. She said so herself. She's the absolute worst. I love you, baby. Come on.
She may be the worst, but she's Shelley's biological mother, isn't she? Surely she wants her baby back in her life and wants to build some kind of belated relationship with her. I heard she was attending the wedding and everything as mother of the bride. The optics aren't bad right now, Clint.
The optics, yes, but it's not that simple, Sam. She was only going to attend the wedding so she could sift through the wedding gifts and see what she could claim for herself. You know, she demanded to be paid to come to her daughter's wedding. I had to wire her $10,000 2 weeks ago. She made me cut all ties with you, abandoning everything I owned with you like my house and my clothes. Then she left me high and dry. Shelley and I went to see her after the wedding with all our suitcases, and she shut the door in our faces. We didn't even get to see inside of her house, Sam. Can you believe that? What mother does that to her own daughter? Me, I understand, but her daughter? Are you going to sit and take this for our Shelley? She's heartbroken right now. Yo, say something, Sam.
Shelley made it abundantly clear that I am not her mother, nor does she consider me her mother. In one single conversation, she took away all my hard work and dedication as her mother, and basically erased me from her world. I realize now that trying to hold on to her was like holding on to a fistful of sand. No matter how tight or hard I try to keep all the sand in my hand, it will find its way out between my fingers.
But you were happy being her mom, weren't you? You loved her with all of your heart. You still love her. I know you do. Even if Shelley, in her youth, erases 28 years of her life with you, surely you can't.
I did have some great times with Shelley. I sure did. She was my everything. But the accusations she hurled at me, they were cruel, Clint. That side of her didn't come from my nurturing. It's her nature. It's the nature of your mistress. I can't get past that, at least not just yet, Clint. Maybe a real biological mother could have easily forgiven her daughter for something like this. So I guess I'm no better than what Shelley thought of me, because in the end, I'm not her real mother.
Mom, it's me, Shelley. I'm so sorry, Mommy. Can you please forgive me? I don't know what got into me. If you let us back in, I will never think or talk about my real mom ever again. I'll be the best daughter to you, the kind of daughter you deserve to have. I promise. Please, Mom. We have nowhere else to go, Mom. Daddy and I will come inside and beg if you want us to. Please let us in and you can help me with my wedding plans again. Remember how fun that was? Let's go to the mall together, just you and me, like good old times. We can stop at the food court and get some cheese fries like we used to. I miss your meatloaf, Mom. I miss your awesome meatloaf with real breadcrumbs. Will you teach me how to make it? I want to pass it down to my kids too. It'll be an heirloom recipe.
If I learned anything from this whole ordeal, it is that I wasn't as big a person as I thought I could be. I cannot find it in me to forgive you two for what you've done. I guess I am but an evil stepmother, like you said, after all. Our relationship ends here, Shelley and Clint. Thank you for the many happy memories you've allowed me the past 28 years. Shelley, whether they were real for you or not, I will cherish them forever because they were real to me. I will try to keep only the happy memories of you. But now it's time for you to leave me and never come back. Don't make this any messier for us. Goodbye, Shelley. The persistent father and daughter duo continued knocking and kicking the door until I called the police and 2 patrol officers came to speak to them. Shelley's fiancé Jake and his family were openly disappointed by the sudden withdrawal of the couple's wedding venue and honeymoon down payments, and they even went as far as to suggest they pause all wedding preparations and reconsider the union altogether. Eventually, and somewhat quickly, Jake broke things off with Shelley mere days before their wedding. Shelley texted me curses saying her breakup was all my fault and that I need to fix it. Against all my habitual instincts, I ignored her messages and phone calls. If I need to fix anything, I need to be fixing myself and stop giving her and her father space in my life. It is high time I spent the rest of my life freely and solely for myself and the pursuit of my happiness. In a way, I am sad to have dedicated my prime years to raising a child who had no chance but to become a monster like her birth mother. But I have no regrets because all in all, Shelley did teach me the kind of love I shall continue on searching for in life. It's time I started a fresh new chapter of this uncertain adventure called life.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more.